Hey, here's my review on Aquaman number 52. This was published before February 99. I think it was December 16th of 1998. But this particular issue is, of course, scheduled for that. It's $1.99 originally. This is the direct sales edition, which really doesn't matter to the storyline. I care more about the storyline. This was a particularly hard issue to read, not because of any big words or anything, but because of the format. It was a very strange format that was... I don't know if people maybe you, and you can tell me, and I would love to hear your feedback. You thought it was interesting. You thought it was different. You thought it was refreshing. That's fine. It wasn't bad. It was just very different and kind of makes it really challenging. But in the end, it did have a satisfying ending to it. So in the very beginning, you see very old looking art, like maybe 60s art, because I think Aquaman started in 62. Jim Aparo was the penciler, Bill penciler this of the top part, and then Eric Battle was the penciler for the bottom half. The whole issue ran in two parts, it's top and bottom. It runs a parallel story where this is more of a flashback, but it relates to what's going on in modern times. So first off, it shows Aquaman meeting Mara and showing her around the Kingdom Atlantis. And this one, it's a little different because it seems like it's more Orin. This guy right here, I don't know who he is, but he's kind of showing her around, it seems like. We also get to meet a few characters like Tony Hawk. Oh, wait, that's not it. We get to meet the whale who's going to go north, and he's like, stay with my wife, please, Harleen. He's like, well, why can't she go with you? The hunters are not safe for her, and she's buried. She's pregnant, basically. This whale's pregnant, and he'd rather her not go up north. I'd rather stay there for the time. Not sure why a whale would want to go north, but anyway. Later on, we'll get to see her son, Ishmael, because it's at the bottom where Ishmael's talking, and at the top, she's saying, I will get to call him Ishmael. So it's a very interesting twist. These guys right here look more like bugs to me, but I don't know quite what they are. All right, so we have different sea creatures. We got the, much more campy art of the 50s, which everything's more human looking, which I appreciate that. I was just watching Tomorrowland the other day, and it made me think about this kind of artwork and how we thought everything was going to be sunshiny and beautiful in the future. A world without war, a war with peace, a war with people, unfortunately. So the faculty happened, and we got taken over by aliens from space. This is also a thing. This lava creature here seems to have nothing to do with the bottom half until, well, that's going to be revealed toward the end as well. Mara is pulled away by some creature. Up here, Mara is pulled away by some creature called the lava creature. I think it's... We'll see why they look so similar but so different. And then there's an underwater sprite. It's really strange at the top, some of this stuff. It says, see Aquaman number 1 in 1962. Okay, that's why I was thinking 1962. And I swear it looks like a Sectars, doesn't it? Or Micronaut. This reminds me of Bug from the Micronauts. That's probably why I like Bug so much, is because Bug. Alright, so down here we see a very different looking, and it could just be that the pencils were done differently, of a lava creature, but a very different lava creature. We got this centerfold. I just want so badly to rip it out, because that's my nature. When I was a kid, I used to rip out the ads. But I do like the ads because it gives us a frame of where we're at. Like, who is this? Oh, it's 007 on TBS. I remember that was a TV station back in the day. And then all these games, which I don't remember. Final Fantasy Tactics would be something very popular. But I do like that robotic hand there. I didn't realize it when I was looking through this. I was going to do the comic book reviews on the same day as they came out, but I've already done the single issues for that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put these out whenever I do them. I was putting them in the future and staggering them, but man, it just gets to be too much. So you got the lava creature up there, looks very different, and it could be the artist. The Star Wars Droid Works looks interesting. So here's what's interesting right here. So see, we got them on the same page. We got this lava creature and this lava creature. Yes, they do look different. It could be something to do with the artist. But there is more to play, and we'll see in a minute. I hope I don't forget it, because I'm going to try not to rush to the end. We also have Aqualad up at the top. He does show up eventually because he's really bored that he and Dolphin are back there doing boring adult things when they'd rather be off adventuring with Aquaman. He's doing a lot of paperwork, the scrolls. How do they have scrolls in water? There's a lot of questions. Like, he's up there standing on this ledge sending a swordfish to do his work. Why not just swim down there and undo her ties? Do we forget that he's not in the air? He can just swim down there. He's not going to fall off that cliff. So yeah, I mean, some of those things that kind of drive me crazy, but whatever. Okay, so he rescues Mara up here. Down here he's rescuing Mara as well, but she's calling out the word noble. Noble? That's the other guy. Now this is a character I didn't know until now, and I'm pretty darn sure that this is the character we see in Young Justice, the cartoon series. Young Justice, third season is like, what the heck? It went from like second season to third season was a complete and total jump of like 10 years where, what's her name? Oh gosh. Hello, Megan. That's what I'm thinking of. Martian Manhunter's niece, the Miss Martian Manhunter. I don't know. I can't remember her name right now. Yeah, I think it's Miss Martian. She's dating, and I think she's dating him. He's like talking about the surface world. Now you're talking my language. This surface world is awesome. I've been there before, and I had a great time. Scare the heck out of some people too. There are amazing things there. Airplanes, cars, giant buildings, MTV. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot MTV was a thing back then. Yeah. So I think that's the same guy that was dating Miss Martian, or Martian Manhunter's niece, whatever. I can't remember her name for some reason right now. And then we have Animaniacs, which I really dig. So up above him, there's the shadow falls over the troll, and there's these barrels of toxic waste. They play an important part to this because, as you know, toxic waste doesn't kill people in the DC universe or in the Marvel universe. You know, like radiation doesn't kill spiders. It makes them super strong, or it makes their bite give people superpowers. So he's telling him, no, Harleen, get away from those toxic barrels. Think about your child. It could affect your unborn. By the way, there was a whale talking back here somewhere. And he was like, so, don't call me. Oh, here it is. Blubber, this is ingenious. Here he is. The whale was talking right here. It's like you can't really see the whale. Please, Lagoon Boy, call me Blubber. Only my mother calls me Ishmael. That's an important part because at the end, she says, have you picked out a name for your child yet? We were thinking about Ishmael. So going past forward. The little end there. And that's also those toxic waste. I don't know if it gave Ishmael superpowers. That's why he's called Blubber or whatever. But we meet again, Aquaman, and the toxic waste from this comic book. So this is playing back, I guess, to the very first issue of Aquaman in 1962. You abandoned me in his transformed... it has transformed... Hold on. And the toxic waste you abandoned me in was transformed, or has transformed me into the most powerful fire troll of all, the Lava Lord. So now he's become more powerful because, of course, toxic waste. Now, I believe you have something that belongs to me. I think he's after Mara again. He was after Mara back in 1962. He's after Mara in 1998. So I think it's both interesting if you read the original comic book. Now I need to go back and read that one and see that were these panels pulled directly from it, or were they just redrawn and given synopses of it? Because back then comic books were pretty much, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. They were kind of following a definition, and then they started breaking away from that in the 90s, it seems like. Well, anyway, so I don't know. It was, like I said, it was kind of hard to read because it's going back and forth. If I had read everything of Aquaman to this point, I probably would have been that easy for me. So let me know about you. Did you read this? Did you have any trouble? Did you like it? It's interesting. I mean, if it's true that is all what happened in 1962, number 1 of Aquaman, then I think this is a really cool playback. I really like, going back and referring to something from previous years of Aquaman. All right, well, that was my little quick review and just kind of going through what I've seen in this comic book. Let me know again what you thought. Have a great day.